have other teams worked out what to do to stop him getting on the ball, or is it just the fact that we've just got no plan B, or is it that the players, is there something else going on that I don't know, that we don't know about behind the scenes, that they just don't want to play? Because nobody seems happy, do they?
No. Here we go. Episode, what are we on? 18. Episode 18 of Eat My Goal. This is the Pompey episode of our now twice weekly podcast. Later this week, there will be the non-Pompey version where we just have a bit of fun. But this is the depressing half an hour or so where we talk about Portsmouth FC and what is going on there. Before I continue, I'm going to say, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. If you're watching on Spotify, click the little alert thing and you'll get notified when we next have an episode out. Apparently you're supposed to say these things on a podcast to try and increase. And do you know what? We have actually increased listeners and viewers in the last 3 episodes. Exponentially. We literally have.
I did hear, I was chatting to someone the other day, your son, in fact, who was telling me that lots of his friends listen to the podcast.
It's university mates.
Fucking surprised.
Yeah, on 2 levels. One, they're young guys who... I don't think any of them even like football that much. And
okay.
2...
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah, because it's not football related. Yeah, well, funnily enough, I had a message from somebody who we had a recent little do, but somebody who couldn't make it, who also isn't a football fan, but also said that he listens to it as well. Whether that's true or not, whether he does or not, I don't know, but... he said he enjoyed. He said it's very Saint and Greasy-esque was his... Yeah,
right.
I'm not so sure about that.
Saint and Saint.
Saint and Saint, yeah.
No funny man. Yeah.
Yeah, wise and wise, no Morecambe.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so what we're going to get through tonight is we're going to talk about the Portsmouth game that has recently happened at Milton Keynes Dons. There's no game now until Boxing Day, which is Exeter away, but we'll talk about Milton Keynes Dons. Then we'll talk about the preview of the next games, and that's going to be about it for this episode. What's going on? What's going on?
Well, I was fortunate enough not to watch the full game, but I did see the lowlights, and it was it's just shit, wasn't it? I think that was one of the worst, and I don't think I saw. Normally, you see one gold coin in the pile of shit. When you see the comments on various social media sites, but I don't think I saw one positive comment coming from that game. It was just plop, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. I was unfortunate enough to watch the whole thing, and to give you a little brief overview, I thought we started okay actually, and I thought we looked very dangerous. And I even said to my son that if we don't get all 3 points in this game, it'll be an absolute shocker. Because we started quite brightly. Their keeper looked absolutely garbage for the first. He just looked nervous, kind of palming stuff out that he could have comfortably just caught. Not that we had that great chances, but we created a few. But then it's about 10 minutes in, I suppose, just ran out. It's almost like we ran out of steam. Yeah. And typically, as we have done so often recently, is with their first attack, they scored.
Yep.
And it's like, what's going on? It's just such a weak goal to concede, isn't it? 2 players at the back post, only 1 player marking them. 3 centre-backs, weren't we?
Yeah, and then it's just like, as soon as we go that goal behind, it's just like, what do we do now? What are we going to do?
We're not good at chasing the game, are we?
Yeah, no. And what was with Raggett?
Yeah, that's what I've noted as a talking point from the game. So Raggett on the bench. I've not really seen as to why. Apparently, it was tactical. Initially, I thought maybe he'd been ill and he wasn't 100% fit. But no, apparently it was tactical.
Well, I think we were talking about Raggett, was it last week or the week before, and just saying that even though he runs a bit funny, he's pretty much one of the most consistent players, isn't he?
Bambi on ice.
It does seem a bit strange that out of all of our players, he would be the one to drop to the bench.
I thought that's strange. He's clearly not been as good as he was last season, I don't think. But for him to drop to the bench, I just thought there were several strange things I thought really at the weekend. Now, obviously, I don't know. Is it a case of Cowley is actually adapting to the players he has available, or is it a case that Cowley is adapting to the fans' call for dropping the 4-4-2, or is it genuinely that he feels this is the best system? Because I can, as I said about Wickham, I thought the Wickham game was weird. Couldn't really tell how we were playing. We were clearly playing a 3-4. Well, it kind of changed actually. When we were in possession, it seemed as if we had two wide players up front. Sorry, when we were out of possession. But then
Cowley would love you saying that it changed whilst we were in possession.
It did seem as it is, because it seemed like Hackett was kind of tucking in when we didn't have the ball, and it's like, I don't know. But then going out wide when we did, kind of stretching the play. But obviously it didn't really work. I don't get Dale as a wing back; it just doesn't work for me at all. No. Hume is a wing back; that's his position. Just very, very strange. I thought very strange, and I think we mentioned this last week, maybe the week before. But why is Pack suddenly just so average? Just such an average player when he looked so much better than any other player in the team for the first half a dozen games.
I don't know. Is it that they've? Well, we've said this before, haven't we? Have other teams worked out what to do to stop him getting on the ball, or is it just the fact that we've just got no plan B, or is it that the players? Is there something else going on that I don't know, that we don't know about behind the scenes, that they just don't want to play? Because nobody seems happy, do they?
No, nobody seems to be playing well.
No, there's not one player that you think, oh yeah, he's standing out head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah. So that's 1 win in 10 now, and that, from as much as and 2 straight defeats, obviously 2 back-to-back defeats, no goals scored in those. I don't even think we looked like scoring in either of the last 2 games. Not really any clear-cut chances. Got anything funny to say? What kind of, what sort of, I don't know, is there any?
Well, there is. I've got a couple of things we could say.
Go on.
Would you like to hear it? Cowley out?
Ooh, there's a lot of call for it now, isn't there? There is a lot of call for it. I did see a big rally cry from a rival podcast the other day. And I kind of agree with everything that was said, really. It's all about getting behind the team and things like that. But I think the fans do generally get behind the team. I don't think they've really not got behind the team. It's just afterwards when you see all the comments.
Yeah.
I think it was always quite scathing. But I think it has to be scathing now, doesn't it? Because it did seem on against Milton Keynes Dons, it just seemed like you say, we had no plan B. As soon as from the moment they scored, I thought the best we're going to get from this is a point now.
Yeah.
I didn't think at any point after they scored that we could genuinely win this game. When they should have scored their second goal, when they're basically 2 through on the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
And he could have just slid it across to his mate and slid it into it would have been a simple goal. At that point we should have gone, Christ, we could have been 2-0 down here. Let's wake up. But then within a couple of minutes, we concede. And it's like, come on. And you can see it coming. There's no real passion. This is the thing. I think one of the things that common points that have been raised is that you can accept losing. You can accept losing sometimes against teams that you should be better than. But what you can't accept is a lack of effort, a lack of work rate, a lack of passion. You can accept a lack of ability, but the Pompey way is that we go down fighting. Yeah, there was no fighting at all, was there? No, there was no passion. There was no even I don't even mind it when you're 2-0 down. If one of your players gets so annoyed that they're then going for a stupid challenge and end up getting redded, as long as it is a stupid challenge because of passion, not because you want to get red carded because you want to miss the next couple of games, because you're so embarrassed of the team you're playing with.
Yeah. I totally agree. I've got nothing to add. It's there just seems to be nothing at all. And so what we're 10th now, is it 10th?
Down to 10th, yeah, we're down 10th. We do have some games in hand, but I was looking at, even if you look at the average points per game, we still only got up to just outside the playoffs if we took the average points per game.
Games in hand now.
No.
We've had them for 2 months. Those games in hand. It's not. We're not going to do anything with those.
We are now in, and I know that somebody said this and we poo-pooed it, but we are now in relegation form. We still have 27 games left to go. Let's look at the positives. We have 27 games left to go. We had a bad run of 11 games. The first 9 games of the season, actually, we were very good. We only lost. I think we won 6 out of the first 9. That's great return. Obviously, we were second at the time, weren't we? The last 11, we've won 1, lost too many, 3, I think it is. What about the Lowry factor? Could it be? Because I saw somebody. Well, that's the thing. And I saw somebody saying, "Oh yeah, well, ever since Lowry's gone, we've gone downhill." Well, Lowry didn't even. Yeah, but he didn't even start. He didn't even start the first few games,
was he? So he was. That's a good point. So it can't just be the missing Lowry factor, can it?
It can't be. Yeah, down to 10.
And they're on about buying. I saw they're on about getting another right back or something. Did you see this?
Well, it kind of makes sense. It does seem that, I don't know how long Swanson's out for. Obviously, the other chap, I can't think of it. I always forget his name.
Minoga.
No, Minoga. No,
what's
Minoga.
Happened there?
You've been abducted by aliens.
Did something happen on?
You're suddenly lit up.
Oh, it was extremely odd. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
What was his name? The one with the famous name that I always forget who he is.
What, Hume?
No, Hume's left back, left wing back. Rafferty.
That's it.
Swanson and Rafferty. Well, Swanson obviously don't know how bad his injury is, but it seems Rafferty is out for most of the season, isn't he? So yeah, it would make sense. And there's a lot of players who we need to ship out, isn't there? Like Freeman, Tunnicliffe. Yeah, Tunnicliffe might stay. I think we might even move Curtis on, because it's the last chance we're going to get some money for him.
Yeah, there's been talk of that as well, isn't there? And I think that'd be a good.
Makes sense.
Well, they were trying to get $1.5 million for him. Was it beginning of last season, wasn't it? And that never happened. So
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, God knows what he's worth now.
No, but even I think if someone offered a couple $100,000, they'd probably take it. Otherwise, they lose him for nothing, don't they? And I imagine he's probably one of the higher earners as well. Don't know why, but I think he's probably one of the higher earners. Anyway, so 1 win in 10. Next up, Exeter away, Boxing Day. Then we got Ipswich at home on the 29th. I'm now looking at games and thinking, Exeter away, we should be thinking, well, we could go down there and get a result there, couldn't we? But now I'm thinking I'll be happy with a point away at Exeter, and I'll be happy with a point at home to Ipswich. Yeah. So I'll be happy with 2 points from our next possible 6.
Yeah. Such a shame. It was looking so good, wasn't it?
It was looking lovely. On the plus side, I'm going to say there is a plus. There is a positive, and that is that. Do you remember that season when we had Ben Thompson from Millwall, and we were top of the league at Christmas, and we were top of the league and comfortable at Christmas about 4 years ago, wasn't it? Under jacket, and then we plummeted so badly in the second half of the season, and Luton kind of came from almost nowhere and won the league. Well, not nowhere, but Luton then ended up winning the league relatively comfortably. Maybe we could do a Luton.
Yeah, okay.
27 games left to go. More than half the season.
Okay, yeah, if you like.
Go on in. I'm going to go for a draw and a draw, and that's I'm wishful thinking with 2 draws, and I'm hoping that there's going to be 2 score draws. That's the word, not goal scoring draws. What do you think?
I'm going to go for 2 defeats because then that way, anything that happens to the contrary is going to be a bonus, isn't it? So 2 defeats. I'm going to go for a boring away defeats to Exeter, cold Boxing Day defeat to Exeter.
Right. Yeah.
And then
lovely.
Ipswich will beat us 4-0 at home with Harness and Chaplin both getting a brace.
Okay.
All right.
Happy with that. I was looking just very quickly on Exeter. I was looking at Exeter's stats, and they've actually got 2. It seems to me, obviously, I don't watch them, so I don't know what they're like. But if you look at the stats, they've got 2 players. One who's on 11 goals, one who's on 10 goals as their top scorer. The one who's got 11, this is Giovanni Brown and Sam Nombe. I assume it's pronounced Nom, Nombe. And then between them, they've got 15 assists between them. So between them, 21 goals and 15 assists. The next highest goals is 4 and 5 assists. So surely stop those 2 and you should be all right.
Where are they then, Exeter?
They're just below us in the league. They're just below us, and their form is pretty similar. They're slightly better. Last 10 games, they've got 9 points from. We've got 8 points from the last 10 games. So fairly similar form-wise. Bound to be a home win then.
Yeah.
Okay. We will end on a high, and I've got a little high that can end on. So those of you watching may notice that I'm wearing a Christmas jumper, but I'm not just wearing a Christmas jumper. I'm going to stand up and show you this. There it is.
Wow.
A Portsmouth FC Christmas jumper. You can't see the glory of the port. There it is. How about that?
Extraordinary. Yeah.
That is extraordinary. For people listening, I'm wearing a blue and white jumper with a snowman and Pompey written across the hat. It is on the hat, isn't it? Yeah, the hat of the snowman. Kindly donated to me, or gifted to me, shall I say, not donated, by wonderful Dan and two other pals, Macca and Tolly, which I much appreciate. I very much like it.
Good.
I love it. So we will end there. Wishful thinking, but let's hope that it'd be lovely if we can get 4 points out of those games. But as I say, two's kind of seems like wishful thinking at the moment.
And I think we should apologise for just how dismal this
episode is.
Yeah.
If you have been affected by any of the topics we've spoken about on today's episode, then there is help available. Please look up professional help or psychotherapy, but or just go on Twitter and moan about it. That would probably be the best route, I would say. If you are on Twitter, why not look us up? We're at EatMyGoal22 to see how seamless that was. That was almost professional. You'd think 18 episodes in, we may still not be doing any research or have any knowledge about what we're talking about, but at least our links are good. You can email us at EatMyGoal. No, not at EatMyGoal. Messed it up now, haven't I? EatMyGoal22@gmail.com, or you can follow us on Facebook. Again, facebook.com/EatMyGoal22.
Can't you just write this? Just write it up here.
I will. I'll write it in the description down there. The stalactites. Yeah. Not the stalagmites. Yeah. That concludes episode 1 for this week. Thank you, everybody. Have a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye.